This is my CST 315 audience for my persuasive speech. Here we go.
Nuclear power. When I hear these two words, I automatically think of the two nuclear bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end World War II. As an American, I know that nuclear power has the ability to destroy 1,000 times over. However, nuclear power also has the ability to produce a renewable, clean energy that will sustain this country long after I'm dead and gone. To put it plainly, this country needs to remove itself off of harmful, greenhouse-emitting fossil fuels and turn to a power source which will not only save the environment, but this country. I am here today to talk about the disadvantages of coal as a power source and the endless opportunity nuclear power will provide. I want the audience to keep three words in mind: clean, sustainable, and renewable. In the United States, coal provides a large amount of the energy that we consume. In 2014, coal miners extracted over 1 billion tons of coal to be exported or used for energy. Coal is a mainstay for fossil fuels in this country and all over the world for that matter. Coal, however, has glaring drawbacks. It is a finite resource. Once it's used, there is no renewability. Coal is not sustainable, and furthermore, the greenhouse gases it emits and the process of washing the coal is not clean, by a long shot. Coal washing is a very extensive process that involves many steps. The initial preparation, fine coal processing, coarse coal processing, and final preparation that will be done before coal is considered processed enough to sell. Coal is cleaned either physically or chemically to remove ash, sulfur, and rock. This will ultimately increase the value of the coal, but it will come at a cost. When coal is physically cleaned, it is washed with water to remove the impurities. It is then dried using drafts of air and chemicals to speed up the drying process. The problem with coal washing is the chemicals that are emitted when the coal is crushed. Ash and other particulates are then released into the air. The aforementioned ash and particulates can include arsenic and uranium. The ash itself can become trapped in the lungs and cause what is known as black lung. The dust or particulates that are inhaled can cause fibrosis, which is actual scarring of the lungs and inflammation of the lung tissue. A cough and shortness of breath is present when black lung has been contracted. It is an agonizing death that has taken the lives of 76,000 people in Appalachia. Furthermore, black lung has cost the United States $45 billion in workers' compensation and medical bills. The case against coal is a well-documented one. The lives and pain that coal has the lives and pain that coal has caused, especially in Appalachia, where coal is predominantly mined, goes back for generations. It is time to stop this cycle of death and despair. Nuclear energy is everything that coal is not. It is sustainable, it is renewable, and it is clean. Nuclear is the future, and it is the answer to the clean energy that this country seeks. Nuclear energy is created very similarly to other types of energy. Steam is created to power a generator. The steam energy then turns the turbines inside the generator and makes electricity. The actual process of creating steam is where nuclear energy is different. Nuclear fission is the actual process of separating uranium atoms. This is the final process that allows nuclear energy to be made. Water is boiled and turned to steam by the heat created from the uranium atom splitting. There is no combustion, and there is no combustion involved in nuclear power. There are no harmful emissions from washing or extracting like there is with coal. The actual process of atom splitting is done in a contained reactor. Due to this process, nuclear power does not emit CO2. In the United States, coal accounts for 74% of CO2 emissions. 74%. Nuclear accounts for 0. I'm going to say it again, 0%. Nuclear is the clear winner here. It is renewable, as the half-lives for fission can continue to produce heat even when an atom is not currently being split. Nuclear is as sustainable as uranium is found in the larger majority of rocks that we have. Furthermore, nuclear is clean. Once again, it emits 0 CO2 into the atmosphere. Nuclear also does not have the hazardous work environment that coal does. To quote Bernard Cohen, who was a physics professor at the University of Pittsburgh. Since air pollution from coal is estimated to be causing 10,000 deaths per year, there would have to be 25, I repeat 25 nuclear meltdowns each year to be as dangerous as coal burning. This speaks volumes in terms of the hazard of coal versus nuclear. As I've previously stated, I wanted the audience to keep 3 words in mind: sustainable, renewable, and clean. There is an option for energy that meets all 3 of those criteria. That is nuclear energy. It emits no CO2. Nuclear fission is sustainable in itself as it continues to go after the atoms have already split, and it is most certainly renewable. Coal is truly none of those things. When looking for a future renewable, sustainable, and clean energy source, nuclear is the only option. Thank you. My sources are the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the University of Pittsburgh Physics Department, and the EPA.gov.